Back in 2014, HOKA launched the Clifton 1, a revolutionary shoe that was not only highly cushioned, but incredibly lightweight and totally different from anything else on the market at the time. Fast forward to today, and they've launched this, the Clifton version 10. It enters into a very different world, a world where max stack shoes and energetic foams really do dominate. It's had plenty of little tweaks over the years, but have all those changes been for the better? And has it drifted away from what made the original version so special? And of course, how does it compare to the current big players on the market, the Nova Blast, the 1080, and HOKA's very own Max 6? Well, stay tuned because we've got all that coming up. Starting out, let's go through the differences between this and the outgoing model version 9. There's now a lot more foam underfoot. This is now definitely a max stack shoe. We've had a 10mm increase in that stack height. There's been an increase in the drop as well. More on that later on. It's also slightly heavier with all of that increase in foam, but everything else remains largely unchanged, but it is also unfortunately £10 more expensive than the 9, but that came out 2 years ago, and with inflation we really got to expect about a £10 increase. Right, let's get stuck into the facts and figures. So the purpose of the Clifton 10, this is your classic daily trainer, designed to be fairly good at most different types of run. It's also HOKA's best selling shoe at the moment. Price wise, this shoe set me back £140, and of course I bought this shoe 100% with my own money to give that completely honest, impartial, unbiased review. It's going to be around about 160 euros, 150 American dollars. It's not out in Australia yet, and it's around about 180 Canadian dollars. The stack height at the back of the shoe is up to a quite crazy 42mm, firmly putting it in that max stack category now, with a 8mm drop overall. The outgoing version was a 32mm stack at the back of the shoe and a 5mm drop overall. Weight wise, it has had a bit of an increase here. This is coming in for me at 324 grams or 11.4 ounces for me in my UK size 12, so around about 12 grams heavier. Not massively noticeable, it just feels a lot more chunky underfoot. With the upper of the shoe, we've got this jacquard knit. There's no gusset to the tongue. With the midsole of the shoe, we've got HOKA's classic EVA midsole. There's a Meta rocker at the front of the shoe, and there is no plate in this shoe. With the outsole, we've got the Durabrasion rubber outsole, pretty much exactly the same as the outgoing Clifton 9. The grip's okay, not the best, but it's all right. Also comes in 7 different colours at launch. I really personally love this blue colourway here because it goes really well with our new marble tee, which you can now check out on benparks.com. All the support we get helps to bring these completely honest, impartial shoe reviews, so thank you so much. It keeps the channel alive and these reviews coming in. Feel free to use code YouTube10 for 10% off and get yourself an amazing new lightweight running tee. There are 3 different widths available if you're getting them on the HOKA website. We've got the regular width, the wide, and also extra wide, which is really great to see. And finally, it was true to size for me. Right, let's get stuck into the likes. The first like with the shoe is it is surprisingly comfortable. I think it's a lot more comfortable than the outgoing version 9 as well. It's also very supportive, and the shoe is really going to have that mass appeal and will work well for so many different types of runners. It's really going to be a good shoe for anyone that's new to running, who maybe their technique isn't the best in those early days. It's a shoe that's going to look after you well and guide you into the sport. The lockdown in the shoe was absolutely spot on. No issues with anything moving around. Yes, you can heel lock lace if you want to. Zero heel slip in the shoe for me. I really personally love the heel flare at the back of the shoe as well. Just helps really look after that Achilles and keep any pressure off there. Really works quite well. The heel collar also very sturdy at the back. Lots of support here. And with the standard width of the shoe, which is what I got, my feet are slightly on the narrow side, but there's a lot of space at the front of the shoe here. So if you're at all worried, then of course go for that wide option, but the regular shoe, plenty wide enough. And for me, that all just adds up to a really nice stable platform. Second like with this shoe, a very smooth ride. It covers the ground really effectively. Yes, with this increase in stack height, we've just got a little bit more play in the foam, and it just helps improve that ride so much. The geometry just works really well for me and my foot. I love the subtle rocker at the front of the shoe as well. It just glides so nicely through that foot strike. Heel strikers, midfoot strikers, forefoot strikers, everyone's going to be fine in the shoe. A lot of support at the back of the shoe, so you're going to be absolutely fine there. It's also a very stable foam wherever you're striking striking with the shoe. My third like with the shoe is just very dependable, very reliable. A little bit like the Nike Pegasus. Even with these changes, you know what you're getting. It's got that classic Clifton ride and feel to it. Something that you can just put on your feet and kind of forget about and go about your day or go out on your runs. The shoe really is now that jack of all trades type of shoe, and maybe this is the one that really does it best, a little bit better than the Pegasus, just a little bit more of a better running shoe compared to the Pegasus. In my opinion, I think it looks really good casually as well. It's perfectly fine to go for a run in if you want to go to the gym and go on the treadmill. Perfectly good, fine shoe to be running on the treadmill. Tourists are going to love this shoe, just all day comfort as well when you're out and about exploring. Right, let's move on to the dislikes. Of course, we're going to bring you a completely honest review and get those dislikes in. The first one being, I think the Clifton purists are not necessarily going to like this change in drop. With the 10, you definitely do feel slightly more on your toes. That heel's just a little bit more raised up. You do notice that slight increase in drop. And also with that extra foam, extra stack height, extra weight as well, it isn't ideal. For some people, it could be time to consider the HOKA Max 6. 5mm drops are very similar to the outgoing Clifton model. It's also much lighter and a lot better foam in there, a lot more responsive shoe. Second dislike with this one, it's really not that lively with that EVA foam. I really can't blame HOKA for sticking to a very successful recipe that's worked for them for the years and years. But as we all know with these EVA foams, they definitely are getting pretty outdated. There's not much bounce, not much compression, not much response in this shoe. It's the same as most Cliftons, a little bit dull, but nicely predictable for someone that just wants another updated version of the shoe. Don't expect too much from this shoe if you do want to be out there picking up the speed. This is ideal for someone that just wants to clock up some easy miles, and for that it really does work quite well. The Nova Blast 5, very similar to this shoe, it's just got a lot higher pace range. It's a lot happier going a little bit slower, but also much happier going a little bit faster as well. There's a lot more paces available in that shoe, and that's what leads us nicely into the next section, comparing this to some of its main competitors. The main competitor with this shoe, I really feel, is something like the Asics Nova Blast 5, probably the best daily option out there at the moment. The Nova Blast 5 has a slightly softer ride. The Nova Blast is also a little bit cheaper as well. It's definitely more bouncy, more responsive, but slightly less stable. Much more of a pace range, as I mentioned. The Nova Blast will just cruise a lot happier at those faster places, and it's a little bit lighter too. Another classic in the daily shoe segment, the New Balance 1080. A lot more lively, softer foam here, much more squishy, much more marshmallowy feel. Definitely not as stable though. Probably a little bit more comfortable than the Clifton with its plush materials, but it is a little bit on the heavier side as well, and quite a bit more expensive, around about £20 more expensive. The third shoe here, the one we've touched on a little bit, HOKA's very own Max 6. Now the Clifton's gone all max stack and heavier. This leaves the Max 6 to reign supreme in that lightweight, non-plated category. It's much more responsive given it's got that supercritical EVA foam in it, and it's also 50 grams lighter too. The fit is a little bit more snug, but it will pick up the pace so much better. So my conclusions and final thoughts on the Clifton version 10. Do I recommend it? Well, if you're the kind of person that's looking for a solid do-it-all shoe, then certainly look at shortlisting the Clifton. If you're a big fan of version 9, given the quite significant changes with version 10, you're probably not going to love it quite as much as you like version 9. As I said, have a look at HOKA's own Max 6. If you're a new runner, then this shoe will look after you in those first few months in the sport. I recommend the Clifton to so many people when they come into the sport, and that's not going to change now version 10 is here. I have really enjoyed running this shoe. I think it's a perfectly good, nice, solid, dependable running shoe that I'll happily recommend, but know that it has a few flaws in it these days. For a lot of people, if you want that dedicated running shoe, you're going to be much better off with something like the HOKA's Max 6 or the Asics Nova Blast version 5. But for that casual, do-it-all shoe, bit of travel, bit of run, bit of gym, it's a really good, solid option out there. So that's it, guys. Check out this video up next, which is my full review of the HOKA Max 6, or this video down here, which is my full review of the Asics Nova Blast version 5. That's it, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the HOKA Clifton 10 down in the comments. And that's it. Keep on working hard. Keep on working done. We'll see you very soon in the next one.